Hello YouTube, good evening, and welcome to a very special video here on The Edward featuring me, Eddie, your host. And in tonight's video, I will be discussing my reaction to the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Comic-Con trailer, which debuted yesterday, Comic-Con 2015, San Diego. And oh my god, I love it. Of course, I have watched it 5 million times at this point. Uh, or at least it feels that way. But oh my god, you guys, it looks so good. It looks so good. I love it so much. I can't tell you how happy I am, or how happy I was to watch that. You know, and it's funny too because I was at Comic-Con this weekend. Last minute invitation. My cousin and I were able to go. We got tickets through a friend, and we were able to go for Saturday and Sunday. We did most of our shopping, most of our sightseeing on Saturday, and we left earlier this morning. But yesterday, I knew that all of the panels were going on, and I knew Warner Brothers panel was going on, and I thought to myself, the chances are so high of seeing a new trailer for Batman v Superman. And sure enough, my suspicions were confirmed, and a few hours after the panel ended and I was back in our hotel room, I quickly go online on my phone, and sure enough, there it is, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice trailer, and oh my god, I loved it, I loved it, I loved it, and now I cannot wait for this movie. I have been waiting for this movie for the past, well, it will be 3 years, come 2016, but it feels like it's been forever. I've been waiting for it. But oh my god, guys. Okay, before I keep blabbering on about how much I loved it, let's do a quick review here. Okay, so it's been confirmed that Helen Hunt is indeed... Helen Hunt. I just realized that is not the actress who I meant to say. Holly Hunter. Holly Hunter, sorry. I meant to say Holly Hunter. I have no idea why I said Helen Hunt, because that's the name I thought, but that was not who I was thinking of. Holly Hunter is indeed playing a U.S. senator. It was a while ago that we received reports that she was in this movie. We just had no confirmed casting announcements as to who she would be playing. But now it's definitely a U.S. senator. So she's on some kind of subcommittee, and this committee looks like it's basically holding Superman on trial, even though it's not a trial. You know, they're holding him personally responsible for the destruction in Metropolis at the end of Man of Steel. Oh, before I begin, I will be discussing major spoilers from Man of Steel. So if you've not seen Man of Steel yet, and I highly recommend that you do, especially before you see Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, because Batman v Superman will make much more sense to you after you have seen Man of Steel. So if you have not seen Man of Steel yet, do not continue to watch or listen to this video. That being said, they hold him personally responsible for the destruction done in Metropolis. And in the trailer, it looks like Bruce Wayne was in Metropolis while the fight between Superman and Zod was happening. We saw, like, the building get sliced in half by Zod's laser eyes, because somebody put on a photo online or later doing a comparison of a photo of Zod with his laser vision, and then on the side of the other photo was the building being split in half by those same lasers, and Bruce Wayne is on his cell phone rushing. He's probably saying, oh my god, something's happening in Metropolis, ah! And he was there. He was in Metropolis when all of this happened. And I think the Wayne Tower was destroyed, because later on in the trailer we see somebody sends him a newspaper clipping saying, you let your family die, and the headline says, Wayne Tower destroyed, dozens killed, and it angers and scares him that somebody would do that. You know, you can see that it unnerves him. And then we get for our first glimpse at Alfred. He looks great. He looks like a cool old lab technician or something, but I think he's going to be a much more hands-on Alfred than unlike the previous Alfreds we've seen before. Jeremy Irons has that great commanding voice that he's always had, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I love the bit with Perry White's voice, lecturing Clark Kent about stop chasing leads on this Batman character. You don't get to decide what's right. And I love that line. Nobody cares about Clark Kent going up against the Batman. And all of us are thinking, but they would care about Superman going up against the Batman. And then Lois and his mom are obviously, you know, few of his supporters, because before he stepped into the congressional hearing in the beginning of the trailer, there's tons of protesters out there with picket signs saying, illegal alien, leave our planet, this is our planet, God hates aliens, and, you know, shit like that. And that just, that just confirms those leaked set photos we saw almost a year ago with extras who were playing protesters protesting Superman. And they made it very clear this film is going to have people split down the middle, people for Superman and against Superman. And I wonder which side Lex Luthor will fall under. And speaking of Lex Luthor, God, what a sneaky, mischievous looking little bastard he is. The wig is pretty tacky, but I'm pretty sure it's meant to look that way, because in other versions of Lex Luthor that we've seen, he's always been bald. Even the Gene Hackman one, he was bald, and that's one of my favorite that is my all-time favorite Gene Hackman performance when he played Lex Luthor in any of the Superman movies, but especially 1 and 2. Anyway, so I'm sure the wig won't last for long. I'm sure somebody will rip it off or it'll fall off, and it might be kind of a funny moment. But, you know, Jesse Eisenberg is, you know, he looks good playing an evil douchebag creep, which is what Lex Luthor is. What intrigues me, though, as to why Superman appeared to be bowing before him and Luthor kind of creepily, like, holding, like, you know, like, grazing his hand along the side of his face, like, oh, like he's petting him like an animal. But then Superman, like, looks up and looks pissed and he's just sneering at him. So I wonder why Superman is bowing to him in the first place. That'll be interesting to see. Perhaps Luthor is wearing some kind of kryptonite necklace or ring or something that's making him weaken and bring him to his knees, literally bring him to his knees. We don't know. But what we do see is a couple of U.S. soldiers carrying a huge metal crate being escorted by most likely the actress playing Mercy Graves, and I believe she is definitely playing Mercy Graves. I cannot remember the name of the actress, but I believe that's who it's supposed to be. And sure enough, they open it up. It's a body bag. It's General Zod's body. Thus, I believe this unofficially confirms, as I explained in my previous video, whether or not Doomsday would appear in this movie. I think this is an excellent possibility. And as we get closer to the movie's release date next year, we'll see more and more trailers and teasers featuring Doomsday, or at least his creation. So I'm extremely excited about that, because now that we saw Zod's body, those were the rumors that LexCorp would use his body to create Doomsday to take on Superman. And oh my God, Wonder Woman looks a wonder. Looks like a wonder. Holy shit, Gal Gadot looks super hot and super badass. And I loved, after this trailer premiered, that it shut up all of the Gal Gadot haters. Everybody was like, all of us with our jaws dropped during the whole trailer, but especially her. And it's interesting because a couple of days ago they released official stills, images from the movie. There's one of Batman in his armored suit standing next to the bat signal looking up at Superman, which is in the trailer as well. And then there's Batman and Superman like literally facing off against each other. And then the most intriguing image was Bruce Wayne and Wonder Woman, or Diana Prince, if that's the alias that she'll go by in this film. Looks like they're at some kind of black and white gala, some kind of formal fancy dinner party or something. He's in a tuxedo, she's in a nice white dress, and he's kind of like seductively standing behind her, and she's like this or something. But it makes you wonder, do they know about each other's alter egos? Does he know she's Wonder Woman and she doesn't know he's Batman? Or does she know he's Batman and he doesn't know that she's Wonder Woman? Who knows? But it looks like they're getting to know each other. And oh my God, she just looks so good in the trailer. I wonder if the brief scenes that we saw her in, that's her trying to separate Batman and Superman from killing each other, or she's trying to stop Doomsday with Superman and Batman's help. Because in the trailer she does this kind of thing, and the next shot is an expanding energy globe that like goes like creates a gigantic bubble almost, and it's almost as if it's a force that's meant to blow somebody backwards or make them fall backwards to avoid to make the two stop killing or fighting each other. And maybe that's why she does it, or maybe she's helping Batman and Superman fight Doomsday. Who knows? It's exciting to think about. The possibilities are very, very exciting and extremely interesting. And I love how Alfred is the voice of reason here, because we clearly hear him say, after Bruce goes on this little spiel about, I've been fighting crime in Gotham for 20 years, and there are hardly any good guys left, if any at all. He, Superman, has the power to wipe out the entire planet. I have to destroy him. And, this could very well fit one of my two theories. Either Bruce Wayne and Batman are being manipulated by Luthor and being convinced by Luthor that Superman is the real enemy. Or Bruce Wayne on his own sees Superman as a very real and horrific threat, not just to Metropolis or Gotham, but to the entire world overall, and he feels like it's his personal responsibility to stop him, to destroy him, as he says. I have to destroy him. And we see that's when we see him stand next to the Bat Signal, which was the brief teaser we saw at last year's Comic-Con when they surprised us with the Comic-Con teaser of Batman staying next to the Bat Signal and Superman hovering above in the dark rain and the thunder and his eyes glowing red like he's getting ready to shoot out his laser vision. But that's the end of the teaser. But it looks like it's coming directly from the movies, so that's very exciting. And I love how Alfred here, like I said, he seems to be he'll probably be the voice of reason, trying to, he might be the only person. Well, he most likely will be the only person because he's the only one who knows Bruce Wayne is Batman. He'll be like the angel on his shoulder saying, he is not our enemy. And if you see the brief clip that shows his face saying that sentence, he is really emphasizing and trying to make a point. Superman is not the enemy here. And it makes you wonder, if he's trying to convince Bruce that Superman isn't the enemy, who is he going to say is the enemy? Is he going to say Luthor or Doomsday? Or maybe just Luthor, and this is before Doomsday is even introduced or created. Who knows? And then, of course, not surprisingly, we saw some clips and footage of a flashback scene, most likely a flashback scene to when Bruce Wayne's parents are killed. There's the gunman with the pistol, and then we saw actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who was denying that he was playing Bruce Wayne's father in this movie, but now, of course, that has been confirmed to be true because that was him. And we see young Bruce Wayne screaming as his parents fall dead to the ground, and then we see a brief clip of their funerals on Wayne property, being taken into their mausoleum. And another interesting tidbit is that we saw Bruce looking not only at his bat suit, but a former bat suit. Or some people online are already speculating that's not a bat suit, but that could be Robin's old suit that was spray painted, vandalized by the Joker, saying, ha ha ha, the joke's on you, Batman. So this is a clear indication that Batman has indeed dealt, well, he even mentions 20 years of fighting crime in Gotham. Of course, he's run into the Joker numerous occasions, but he keeps that to remind himself of losing Robin, because people are already theorizing that Robin is already dead. So that'll be interesting to see if that pans out or not. And if that isn't Robin's suit, that could just be the bat suit that he was wearing at the time when he fought the Joker, and the Joker either knocked him out cold and left him alive on purpose, and then vandalized, spray painted that suit with a message on it. Who knows? But lots of great stuff here, guys. We saw Lois Lane at some kind of public event where something was going wrong because everybody was kind of ducking down, looking around, and Lois Lane is looking up. And then, I like how Lois and Mrs. Kent are both talking to Superman about how, Lois is like, this means something to people. Referring to his symbol, not necessarily referring to him, Superman, but referring to the original meaning behind it. The symbol behind it was hope. And, we see, on the rooftop, sorry, fruit truck in my neighborhood. And as we see in the trailer, there's a family on a rooftop who have painted out the Superman symbol, obviously, you know, using it as a distress signal because the woman is reaching up for Superman who's hovering above them. And there's tons of clips where we see Superman carrying somebody out of a burning building next to the firefighters, and then all of those people are swarming him, crowding him, like he just saved all their lives. Possibly, maybe he prevented an earthquake in South America because some of them looked like they had face paint all over them because they might have been celebrating the Day of the Dead or something like that, some kind of big cultural celebration. And then we saw the footage of the rocket being launched from the NASA platform, and then it obviously blows up somehow. And Superman most likely, and I thought to myself, why is he catching that? And it occurred to me, he is most likely catching the part of the rocket which housed the astronauts. Thus, he saved the astronauts' lives and prevented them from being blown to bits along with the rocket. And boy, does that fight scene look great between him and Batman. Oh, it looks so good, you guys. It looks amazing. I love it. And then one more final interesting little tidbit. It shows that brief scene where it looks like it's in the desert somewhere. Batman is in his desert armored gear, and he's fighting off all these heavily armed soldiers. And they're all wearing like all black military attire, but they have a red patch on their arm. And if you look closely enough in the trailer, it's the red Superman symbol. So these guys, whether it's a country or a government organization, these guys are either defenders or believers in Superman. And it's most likely the soldiers who stood before him and bowed in the original teaser trailer, and then they showed that footage again in this trailer. Oh my god, you guys, it looks so incredible, and I'm really, really excited about it now. And I did notice the lack of Aquaman and Cyborg, and that's probably on purpose because they want to keep us into, like, they want to reel us in just a little bit more as it gets closer to the movie's release date, and I'm sure that's when we'll see and get some footage of either Cyborg or Aquaman. But overall, though, I loved that trailer, and I intend to watch it as soon as I finish uploading this video to YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed it too, because oh my god, it was astounding, and I am so excited for the movie. I wish I could have been there in Hall H at the panel. Unfortunately, I was not able to get it. In fact, I did not attend any of the panels this year at Comic-Con. This was my very first time going to Comic-Con. Yes, as shocking as that may be for some of you to believe, this was my first time at Comic-Con, and I loved it, and I intend to go back next year and hopefully do some panels. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice trailer as much as I did, and watched it as many times as I did. Please feel free to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts, opinions down below. What did you like about the trailer? What didn't you like about the trailer? Did I miss or gloss over anything, or is there anything I forgot to mention or theorize or speculate on? Please sound off down below. And of course, just thank you so much for tuning in and watching on a regular basis. Just a quick FYI, I will be doing some recap and review videos for both the TV series, the series premieres of both Zoo and Scream, the TV series, in the first two episodes that follow the both premieres. And then I will be doing my recap, hopefully tomorrow night, of the season 2 premiere of The Strain, which premieres tonight on FX. If you get a chance to tune in and watch it, do it. I will be watching it tomorrow and hopefully enjoying it. So tune in and watch that. And then, of course, I will be doing recap and reaction trailers for both the trailers for Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead Season 6. And oh my god, you guys, I don't want to even get into it right now because there's so much to talk about for both trailers, but they both look phenomenal. Alright, thank you so much, you guys, for watching and tuning in. And until next time, may the Force be with you.